is an old man. Grandad is an old man YouTube channel. So I've been following his channel for quite some time. And in the beginning, I wasn't sure if I wanted to, you know, build new things out of old things, stuff like that, like he does. I was doing that like for many years before that, but you know, I was in a sort of a strange place back then. And when I found his channel, I thought I got all interested in doing that kind of thing all over again. So the first thing that I built a while ago by following his videos was this crazy looking little boat. And what this is similar to a lot of the projects that he's done. This here is New Bright's battery pack with obviously its, you know, receiver and all that stuff. So it connects up, I think, to a 27, I can't remember if it's 27 or 49 band remote. And then I Jimmy rigged it similar to what he does, but not as well because, you know, to do this really well and more safely, you'd need like shrink wraps and stuff like that to make sure that all these bits and pieces are well covered so that they don't accidentally touch each other and could create a spark, possibly ruining the batteries, but doing more stuff as well. The safer thing was back in those days, we used nickel metal hydride batteries, so not as likely to catch fire as the lipos. But anyway, yeah, there it is, the little flag here, New Bright. But anyway, he's been a real inspiration in his channel. And so I started off doing little projects like this, and I think I do have a video on the channel where I show you guys how this floats and drives in the water. It's basically powered by this. This is the propeller that pushes the boat or pulls the boat, because I do believe it had basically forward thrust and reverse thrust. And this is what gives it rotation and a little bit of an angle. Again, you could turn left and right. It either pulls or pushes on the air and it gives it the steering. But anyway, this is before I even bought a glue gun and stuff like that. This is why this thing here is not strapped on. It's just gently put on like that. And I think maybe I even had a little strap to keep it in place back then. But anyway, if I was to use this again now, I'd probably just glue gun it into place with the good batteries exactly in the middle of the ship so it doesn't lean or tilt to any of the areas, making it difficult to run. But anyways, it was a really good thing, and it also had these little wheels at the front, so if it did touch the side, the propeller would not touch, so making it extra safe for that too. But anyway, yeah, good times. It's been a long time, many years since creating this little project. And now we've got a bunch of other projects which have actually succeeded. And if you guys follow the channel, you know that the baby RC's QF002 modified, reinvented thing was a real success, and it continues to be. There's two versions, one with dual wings opposing each other, and that flies really well, although it requires more runway. And then the other baby RC, which requires almost no runway, and it's I wouldn't say indestructible because we broke one of the wings at one point, but it is, I mean, it takes all kinds of hits and survives. So that one was a really good one. And again, yeah, it's been a long journey, many years of creating things. This is the other 3D printed thing that I made, way too heavy. I'm redesigning this. My buddy Steve has a copy of the file, so he might try something himself. But the idea was to make something like the Tomcats, 3D printable, and then add a few bits of RC electronics in there and get it to fly, which we probably will eventually be able to do. But before we do that, I don't like to leave things unfinished, so there was the other one that I was able to do is the J11. That was a real success too. And were there any other ones that I just put together and remodified? I think there's one more. Oh yeah, there was one more. It's like a 3-in-1 thing. That's a drone, a plane, or a hovercraft, depending on how you set it up. And I created a 3D printed skirt for it, or basically wings for it. And that worked out very well too. So that leads us to the latest one, the Mohican. I'm going to call this the F-22 Raptor Mohawk plane. Today I almost managed to get this off the ground, but it does have this issue with leaning. It'll get off the ground, then it wants to veer left. I cannot find a way to balance it in the air. It is very different from its original design, as you can see here. And I think the problem is this is too far up on it. The motor needs to be further down in order for that to work. I noticed that these little things here do not create a lot of lift. They are very, very small. Although there's 2 of them, it does not push the airplane much, which is why I converted these, and that actually helps reduce the amount of runway you need to be able to lift the plane or lift the nose up so that it can fly. So all of that worked out really well. The issue is, since I can't get this to be perfectly straight in the air and it wants to start veering like this, it makes it really hard for me to be able to get it off the ground high enough so that I can actually fly the thing. So part of the reason why that is this is too high up, so it may be causing it to want to flip. So I might really have to put this motor further down, as I was explaining before, into its original engineered spot. The engineers probably spent a lot of time figuring out exactly how everything should work, and they determined that this is the best place to put the motor, which is why it was there originally. When I decided to put this further up, yes, it does save the rotor from getting smashed into a million pieces, which was the original issue with this plane to begin with, but then it becomes unflyable. So I guess I'm going to have to bite the bullet and bring this down, hoping that it does not smash. Maybe we could put some bumpers or something, I don't know, to stop this from hitting the ground. I don't know. But that's the best I've got, guys. That's the best I've got, guys. I'm trying not to give up on this, but I think, as I said before in another video, maybe it just requires a better pilot. Of course, after all these modifications, the bird is not going to be able to do all the cool things the original was able to do, which, you know, like loops. Maybe loops might work, but rolls, definitely no rolls, especially with this kind of configuration here. So yeah, you win some, you lose some, just to get it to be more kid-friendly or user-friendly by beginners. But then, you know, it looks rather Frankenstein-y. Yeah, like Steve will make fun of me all the time, saying it's another one of your Frankenbot projects. Yes, indeed. But anyway, we are getting close to being done with this and a lot of other things that I'm planning to do. I think we're going to do an unboxing soon. I've received possibly the ESCs that go with the ability for me to make something like I want to make an F-14 Top Gun kind of plane, Tomcat, whatever, that is VTOL and then can fly like this, using a bunch of fans and some ESC and a bunch of other parts. And I think now that we have all the parts, we may be able to do that. But a lot of the process is going to be 3D printing, and you guys know how much it hurts for me to 3D print. So I may need a lot of help from Steve on that one. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I just don't like it anymore. It's just too much pain for me to actually do that stuff anymore. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed this little update that we did this morning. And yeah, I mean, like, this is getting there. Big hello to all the awesome other channels. I'm going to mention just a few that just come to mind. The RC Sailors, because you can get a shirt from them with this QR code. I should really bring my Captain Drone stickers. I love them so much, I don't want to ruin them and stuff, and I don't have a QR code for any of that stuff. But maybe, I don't know, I did get a shirt, but it didn't have a QR code, so I often wear that. Brian Phillips RC, oh my gosh. Flying Ryan, I don't know, I haven't seen any more videos on his channel, but for a very long time, I used his a lot to figure out which toys were toy grade, or you know, some things to get for my daughter and stuff. So sad I don't see a lot more going on over there. There's Dustin Hill, I don't know. Anyway, for a full list of awesome channels, you guys should check out the wall on the channel. I've got a whole wall of all the cool RC and also other kinds of channels on there. Take a look at that stuff. But anyway, these are just some of the ones that just came to my mind at this point in time. So yeah, there we go. I'm gonna end the live here, and I'll see you soon, where I'm gonna do the unboxing for the hopefully ESCs. If we have ESCs, we could be halfway there to building some other really cool projects. So take care, guys, and have an awesome